doesn't the spouse have some kind of protection?
If you're not dead and gone, if you're
Gotcha.
incapacitated, that protection is not there.
See.
Okay. And then if you pass away without making sure that proper beneficiaries in place, or the assets are properly, disposed of, it could end up costing you money just to acquire those assets
Okay.
if
Okay.
there isn't proper direction given.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And
So it's
so
not that the spouse won't get it. What'll happen is that they'll end up sometimes spending money on people like me
gotcha.
to help them get to where they need to be, where they
Got
didn't have to spend that money.
gotcha. Got if you had the trust in place, there's a clear
Yes.
roadmap that you can do
Thank
what
you.
you need to do.
Yes.
Gotcha. And so, um, if you don't have money, I mean, because when you think about, the average American, when you start thinking about the different tribes of people across this land, some folks have, a nest egg of a couple 100,000, some millions, some, 20,000. Is a trust only for the upper middle class? How would you delineate a trust placement?
Do them for people who have very little and for people who have a lot. And I tell them, look, you need to make a clear roadmap for your legacy, regardless of the size of that legacy. I recently did one for a lady she didn't own any real estate, and performs and writes music.
I see.
And so the main thing in her trust is her musical equipment.
Oh,
you know there are no other huge financial assets or anything, but we wanted to make sure that that stuff was protected.
gotcha.
Now
Gotcha.
you might scoff at that and go, oh really, just speakers and mixing boards and equipment and all that stuff, but that's important to her, so we set up a plan for her
Well,
that works for her family.
yeah, I like hearing that everyone should consider, a trust, because let's face it, another man's trash is another man's treasure.